Well, it's about 8:30. We are on Lower Campbell, about halfway to our next portage. That way is where we came from. One cloud in sight. There it is. Otherwise, it's pretty much clear for us. Not sure how our wheels are going to do today. Cracks all over them. One axle's getting worn down. Hopefully it lasts us until we hit Mohun. Well, I was wrong. I think about that point there will be our halfway mark. That point there with the campers and that was the point we were headed for before. It's actually quite a big campsite, nice spots on it. A lot of RVs, noisy generators. But there were a couple of spots on the beach that were nice for setting up a tent. So, a little ways to go yet. So we've got one more point to go around and our portage should be in the middle of that bay. Over to our left here we have another campsite. It is Tuesday and just about every campsite we've come across has been occupied. So very popular lake, this Lower Campbell. Alright, well, we've just come up from Gosling Bay campsite. Dropped our backpacks off and that. Down at the bottom of the hill is still where our canoe is. You gotta haul it up. Across this logging road. And up that logging road and hill. Actually, the road doesn't look too bad. It's just that hill's gonna be fun. Put it nicely. And that it is a gorgeous day out here in the woods. Alright, time to get at her. Well, we made it up that hill. Got a bit of a distance to our first canoe rest. Now we gotta go up that hill. That one's gonna be fun. A bit steeper than the one we just came up of. Alright, so we've hiked our packs to the top of the hill. Found where our portage trail continues on down an old logging road. Well, it wasn't too bad, although we still have to get our canoe up here. Which thankfully isn't too far, just around the corner. But it is a nice incline. We put in a Gosling Lake. Wharf here, some campsites up there, so if you wanted to stop, not terribly private. And we're heading that way to our next short portage. Actually, the next couple should be pretty short, which will be nice. Lake's a little choppy, but shouldn't be too bad. Well, despite the wind being against us, it's actually pretty nice out here. We are taking our time today. Beautiful view, nice lake. Did a swim, felt really good. Straight ahead there is our next portage. Got some people over there swimming and canoeing. On that point's another campsite. Some actually nice spots with beaches, especially if you got one of those tent style tree tents you could pitch. And here we are at the end of Gosling Lake and our portage. Hopefully this one is as short as they say it's going to be, and we'll be fine. Alright, well, we're at the lake. I've got one more piece of our gear to go and get. With this being such a short portage, and the fact we're still trying to baby our canoe to get us, or not canoe, canoe cart to get us to the end. And we've got, I think, 2 more portages after this. But you come out onto a gravel road. Just on the other side, you can probably see my wife's hat popping up over the brush, is the put in. While it may not look like much of a lake, it is very calm. Actually, all that greenery should be interesting to paddle through. Pretty short. I'm not exactly sure how far we have to go, but I know it isn't far before our next portage, so we're going to try and enjoy this one. So, we are now on Lake Higgins. Just wound our way around all these logs. Heading to the other side, we've got a 300-meter portage to Lawier Lake, which is apparently very much like this one, and then another 300-meter portage onto Mohun Lake. Day 4, we were planning to be here on by day 5, so despite all our obstacles, we've made pretty good time. Would have been nice to have camped a bit more, taken a few more hours out for lunch and that, but live and learn. So here we are at the end of Higgins Lake. We put in, we have gone and checked out the trail, and it is nasty. If you're feeling sadistic, you can try and use your canoe cart in short periods. However, it is not worth the hassle. There's roots pretty much the whole path. Some places really bad. So you're packing everything. The only good thing about this one is that it's short. Alright, so we're pretty much at the lake. That's what the trail looks like coming down. Roots, roots, more roots. The rest of the trail is not quite as bad, but bad. This is more what the rest of the trail looks like. And then, oh look, more roots. So a 300-meter portage, if you can't carry everything in one trip, turns into 900 because you have to go back, get the rest of your stuff. And we have mud. There's the end of Lawier Lake. Road is supposed to be close by. We take that to Lake Mohun, private campsite. Well, very short paddle and we're at a last portage. Should be a short walk up to a road, and that should be it. Or then we'll be on Lake Mohun, where we hope to camp for tonight, possibly tomorrow. Oh, there's the boat ramp we came down. There's the lake we're going on, Lake Mohun, the last lake. Coming down the hill, our wheel fell off. Thankfully, it was a really easy fix. I just had to put the pin back in. And we are good to go. Now, hopefully the island we're looking for which has 2 campsites. At least one is free.